What if you could build a system that automatically finds new customers, qualifies them using AI, generates a contract, and gets it signed, all while you focus on your actual work? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. We're going to build a powerful automated CRM and sales engine from scratch using n8n and the Google Workspace tools you already know. By the end of this video, you'll see a single LinkedIn post turn into a signed contract with almost zero manual effort. Let's get started. Before we build, let's understand the architecture. It's built on two core components. First, we have n8n, which is our automation engine. It acts as the central brain, handling all the logic, triggers, and communication with external services like AI models and e-signature platforms. We have 5 workflows that manage each stage of the process, from content creation to final status updates. Second, we have Google Workspace, which acts as our database and document hub. A single Google Sheet, our CRM, will be the central source of truth. It holds our leads, content ideas, and logs. We'll also use a GoogleDoc as a contract template and a GoogleForm to qualify our leads. First, let's see how the workflow operates following this flowchart. We start with a manual content creation sequence. Based on our base data input, we generate 2 posts using AI. We pick the one we like and post it on LinkedIn. For example, with a hyperlink that directs leads to our landing page. When a user clicks on the hyperlink, they arrive at the landing page and, if interested, fill out the form and submit it. This triggers the BO workflow, which captures the lead and sends a pre-filled form by email. When the lead submits this form, the CO workflow is triggered and AI generates a score for the lead. If the score is above 70, the lead is considered qualified and a contract is prepared. It is then sent to the lead for signature, and the EO workflow tracks the signing process. The process finishes when the contract is signed. If the score is between 40 and 70, the sales team is alerted on Slack to follow up with the lead. If the score is below 40, a nurturing email is sent to the lead. Each workflow uses the CRM spreadsheet as the database to write and retrieve relevant information. Google AppsScript handles tasks like form processing, sending emails, and creating contracts for smoother integration. Alright, let's set this up. It's a few steps but straightforward. I'll move quickly, but you can find a detailed step-by-step guide on GitHub, linked in the description below. We'll begin by setting up Google Workspace. First, create your main CRM Google Sheet with 4 tabs: Leads, Content, Content Log, and Debug Log. The headers must match exactly, so it's best to copy them directly from the guide. Next, create your Google Form for lead qualification and link it to its own response sheet. Make sure to note the record ID field, which will automatically generate unique identifiers for each lead. You'll also need to create a Google Doc to serve as your contract template, adding the specific placeholders where information will be inserted. Finally, set up a dedicated folder in GoogleDrive where all generated contracts will be saved. Once that's ready, move on to the AppsScript. Create a new project and copy the code from the 6 provided files into it. In Project Settings under Script Properties, securely store all of your IDs and create a secret webhook token. When that's done, deploy the script as a web app and copy the generated URL. This URL will act as the private bridge between n8n and your Google account. The last part is setting up n8n. You can run it on your home server or on a properly configured online server, such as a Google VM. After that, you'll need to configure the necessary credentials for Google Sheets, Slack, Dropbox Sign, and Gemini. For Google Sheets, you can follow my other video to create the credential. For Dropbox Sign, use HTTP Basic Auth, entering your API key in the user field and leaving the password field blank. For Slack, provide your bot user oath token and grant the required scopes. Finally, for Gemini, provide both the host and your API key. Once your credentials are ready, import all 5 workflow files. Then go through each workflow and replace the placeholder values with your real IDs, tokens, and URLs from your checklist. And with that, the system is fully configured. Now for the testing part. Let's follow one customer from a LinkedIn post to a signed deal. Our journey starts in the content sheet. I've added a topic idea AI encode review. Now, I'll go to n8n and manually run the AO workflow. Just like that, Gemini generates 2 high-quality drafts. I like the second one, so let's imagine I've posted it to LinkedIn. The call to action in the post leads to a simple HTML form. Now I'm a potential client, John Doe. I see the post, I'm interested, and I fill out the form. The BO workflow fires instantly. John is now in our CRM. The system automatically sends John a personalized email with a pre-filled link to our needs assessment form. Let's fill it out as John, giving answers that show he's a perfect client, high budget, and urgent timeline. The form is submitted. Now, the CO workflow is polling the response sheet. Within a few minutes, it triggers, sends the answers to AI for scoring, and there it is. The score is 95, well above our threshold of 70. This automatically triggers the DO workflow. In the background, the system generates a personalized contract. Saves it in the Google Drive folder we created earlier and sends it for signature. John receives the contract, reviews it, and signs it electronically in the Dropbox Sign sandbox. The moment John signs, Dropbox Sign notifies our final workflow, EO, which updates the CRM. And there you have it. From a simple content idea to a legally signed contract, fully automated. The sales team never had to do any admin work. They were only alerted when it was time for a real conversation, or in this case, to welcome a new client. If the score in the DO workflow is between 40 and 70, the sales team receives a notification in Slack. If the score is below 40, a nurture email is sent to the user. Just built a system that saves hundreds of hours of administrative work, ensures every lead gets a professional, instant follow-up, and allows your sales team to focus on what they do best, selling. You can find all the code, n8n workflows, and the detailed README file to build this yourself in my GitHub repository linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, and see you around.